As a family, the Duggars have never shied away from drawing attention to the areas in which they vary from other families. Many of the Duggar siblings, now adults with families of their own, have followed Jill and Jinger's lead and sent their children to school. They educated all 19 of their children at home. While Jessa and Johannah have done an excellent job of homeschooling their children, Joy Shar's approach to educating her eldest son Gideon has sparked much criticism when she opened a window into her day. Despite spending so much time in California for her husband Austin Forsyth's job, Joy and her family are still able to keep up with their schoolwork. In this clip, which takes place between 9:40 and 9:40 a.m., on a popular subreddit for Duggar-related content, we see Joy sitting at a table with her eldest son, Gideon, who is 7 years old, working on homework. One reviewer saw this video as proof that she only spends 40 minutes a day homeschooling Gideon, and many others aren't impressed either. According to the author, 40 minutes of education each day is clearly not enough for Gideon, who should be in second grade. The educational neglect that many Redditors have pointed out is a serious problem in the United States. I get that some kids just need 40 to 60 minutes of one-on-one time a day, but you already know that she wasn't dedicated to that when there were smaller kids around. She hasn't even finished high school, much alone been certified to teach. 40 minutes, according to some users, could be plenty of time for her. Assuming Joy incorporates other hands-on learning activities throughout the day, I think that amount of sit-down school time is fair for a youngster of Gideon's age. Homeschooling parents who are serious about their children's education often include extra learning activities into their daily routines, even if it's only for a few hours at a time. Resources including instructional videos, games, group activities, reading aloud, and toys that encourage exploration and learning, as well as field excursions that may be planned and executed at home, is also reasonable that the family is now on vacation. Therefore, it's probable that they devote more time to studying at home. The most important thing is that Joy knows she has to take responsibility of her children's schooling. Jessa Duggar, who once appeared on Counting On, is quite good at sharing happy occasions with her many online followers. George Augustine Seewald, her youngest child, had a meaningful life event reported this week. Everyone who has followed the Duggar family story since their rise to popularity, including Jessa and Ben Seewald, thought the event was important. As seen in an Instagram video from Wednesday, February 26, Jessa proudly shared that her little baby had just had his first haircut. Since George's birth in December 2023, many of Jessa's followers have been able to see her children's growth up close, and this milestone comes at a perfect moment for them to do so. Fans have been captivated by the sweet moments shared by the Seewalds, and now their family is expanding. Watching the footage of George's newly trimmed blonde hair brings up a lot of feelings for Jessa, who says it's George with his new haircut, and then goes on to mention how cute he looks with his new style. Its sincere and unadorned manner elevates the video to a whole new level. As a joyful mother, Jessa walks over to catch Ben's eye while showing off her child's new haircut and carrying him on her hip. The love between the two is obvious. Ben, who is often more reserved when it comes to public displays of affection, couldn't help but notice the shift in his child in the video. "Wow, he looks good," he remarks, before shifting his attention to George and remarking, "George, you're looking sharp." For many parents, seeing their child's once baby-like characteristics slip away during the first haircut is a sad occasion marking the end of an era. The first haircut is a watershed event for children, marking the transition from infanthood to toddlerhood, and this response resonates with parents worldwide. Jessa acknowledges the importance of this milestone in the text of her Instagram post. "You can count on looking half a year older when they get their first haircut." As they see their children develop and mature at a quick pace, many parents may relate to this. After the video of George's first haircut went viral, thousands of fans expressed their admiration for the adorable little man and his new look. One commenter couldn't help but say, "He's so adorable," while another couldn't resist calling the boy a little gentleman. The public gushed over Jessa, telling her how much they love keeping up with her and her growing family. "Your children are really stunning." The comment was welcomed with an overwhelming amount of support when one person shared it. In addition to George, Jessa and Ben welcomed 4 more children into the world after being married for almost a decade. The author Spurgeon Henry, Elliot Wilberforce fans of the first 19 Kids and Counting series got to see the Duggar family grow spiritually and face life's challenges on Counting On. The Seewald family, particularly Ivy Jane and Fern Eliana, have gained a lot of admirers due to their upright lives and strong Christian beliefs. The Duggar siblings have always been very close to Jim Bob and Michelle Duggar's second oldest daughter, Jessa. Many of her online fans see her social media postings as a glimpse into her family's everyday life. Therefore, she continues to share her journey with them now that she is a mother. Although the Duggar family has seen its share of tragedy, the news that Jessa Duggar Seewald recently released about her youngest child, baby George, was even more distressing to viewers. The strong-willed and resolute Jessa has always been forthright with her fans about the ups and downs of parenthood. When she broke the news of baby George's health in her most recent update, it broke the hearts of her admirers. That was this innocent young kid that belonged to Jessa? What are the Seewald family doing to deal with this tragic news? All the information we have is this. The Duggar fandom went into overdrive upon hearing the news that Jessa and Ben Seewald had welcomed their fifth child, George. As a result of the couple's discretion throughout the pregnancy, many wondered why Jessa wasn't disclosing as much information as she had with her other children. Everything appeared to fall into place, however, when she finally shared baby George with the world. He was a gorgeous baby boy who seemed perfectly healthy, and Jessa couldn't contain her pleasure. But there was a lot of imperfection going on behind the scenes. After what seems like an eternity, Jessa has finally spoken the devastating truth about their family's ordeal. Sitting in her darkly lit living room, Jessa addressed directly to her viewers in a video that went viral, and the footage was filled with emotions. When she tried to find the correct words, her voice quivered. "This is not the kind of update I ever wanted to share," said she. "But we are aware that many of you have prayed for our loved ones, and we are grateful for that. I must inform you about the recent events with baby George." The devastating news that baby George had been dealing with significant health issues was broken by Jessa, whose voice cracked as she delivered it. She didn't spill the beans, but she did say that their son had struggled from the moment he was born, something they hadn't told anybody until now. It seemed like a little thing at first, something he'd eventually overcome. "We didn't realize anything was really wrong until after a few weeks had gone." In their quest for answers, Jessa and Ben had visited several doctors' offices and hospitals, as she stated. What was once an exciting time for a baby has become a terrifying one, full of unknowns and nightmares. Jessa didn't spill the beans on her exact medical condition, but she did imply that it was something significant that would need ongoing care. George may be having trouble with, according to some fans. Because Jessa admitted to having trouble breathing on occasion, some have speculated that he may suffer from a respiratory disease, a neurological or genetic disorder. Jessa's description of their increasing anxiety over time may point to a condition that medical professionals are still attempting to pin down. A problem with eating or digestion. Some infants have serious problems with acid reflux or gastrointestinal diseases that need medical treatment. Baby George has clearly had a struggle that beyond anything Jessa and Ben could have imagined, regardless of the precise diagnosis. Ben Seewald then went on social media to express his feelings in response to Jessa's touching video. "There are no words to express how much we adore our little guy. Among the most trying experiences we've had as parents has been seeing his struggles. We have faith, nevertheless, that God is helping us." Ben seems profoundly moved by the event, even though he is often more reserved than Jessa when it involves expressing his feelings online. Further, he expressed his gratitude to their supporters for the outpouring of love and prayers, adding that they had been uplifted by the kindness of strangers. Her family has been there for her during this tough time, even if Jessa and Ben have opted to live a little more independently than other Duggars. Reportedly, Johannah Duggar has been an enormous assistance, accompanying Jessa and Ben to the hospital to help with the kids. The Duggar family, particularly Jim Bob and Michelle, have been keeping baby George in their prayers. Despite her current residence in California, Jinger Duggar Vuolo reached out to Jessa via a poignant letter to convey her love and support. Whatever else the Duggar family goes through, one thing is constant. They pull together when the going gets tough. Prayers, encouraging notes, and expressions of support from fans all across the globe descended onto Jessa's post-news area in an instant. Even those who had previously criticized the Duggar family set aside their disagreements to offer their best wishes. A woman battling for the survival of her child, not some reality TV show. Currently, Jessa and Ben are devoted to ensuring that George receives the highest quality medical care. While they are optimistic, Jessa said in her video, they are also getting ready for more difficulties ahead, so please keep them in your prayers. This is only the beginning of our trip. Many things remain unclear to us, but we have faith that God has a purpose for our son. Furthermore, she dropped hints that they could take a break from social media to prioritize their family.